What's good, YouTube? Let's send this link out. We're going to go ahead and get started. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, JD? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Me and the members, we took this trade last night. We're currently nice on profit as we speak. Just missed another good entry. It started the move again an hour before we went live. So we're going to be looking for a retest. All right, I had this GA buy set up. It just broke this low and did a retest. A couple candles before we went live. As you can see, it's going as projected. So we're either going to wait for a retest or we're just going to let it do its thing and look for the next best entry point. Currently, we're in this nice EJ setup. We're also looking at GJ because we took this nice GJ move yesterday. We broke this down during yesterday's live stream as well. Those that was in it. We're looking for another possible position here on GJ. The mean emerged of EJ yesterday or last night. We're also going to be looking at the indices for some possible setups. NAS ended up going as projected, as well as SPX yesterday as well. Those that was in a live stream yesterday, as well as gold went as projected again. And all these setups, we also broke down during the Sunday chart analysis. If you haven't watched the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to check that out as well. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Look at that beautiful push to the downside. Yes, me and Nurse, we took this trade last night. Volume just kicked in during Tokyo, well, not Tokyo, London session as of right now. But we took this last night during Tokyo session. I can pull up the signal in a second. TJ's moving nicely also. Let's see if there's other charts up. Watching SPX also did a nice rejection to the downside. Yeah, we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. Yeah, but this is a signal right here. I want to suggest anybody enter this because we're kind of already deep in profit. But this is how we did yesterday. This is the signal from yesterday when we took the GJ sell. We entered this during after the news. Nice push to the downside. It's still pushing. Nice 1 to 4 risk reward setup. Looking at another position if it can hold this level as resistance. And then we just took this EJ sell last night. We scroll down. We see all the TVs got hit, all that good stuff. And you see last night at 8:46 p.m. EST, I was like, we're going to be looking for possible JPY New Zealand sales. Called this EJ sell last night, and then the volume just kicked in. We're just not hitting some TPs. Yeah, we're chilling right now. We're going to be looking for a couple more positions. Just going to wait for the next 15 to pop up. We're going to be looking for another possible gold buy. We either want to wait for price to do one of two things. Either retrace back down to 2036. If we can hold that support, we're going to look for buys going back to 2042. Or price can push up and hold 2042 as support, which we see a struggle to do so. Then we can look for buys going to 2050 and then see from there if it can keep on pushing to the upside. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description on the free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did. Well, I got to update and do the recap of January because January is now over. But you see how we did the month before and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Yeah, that thing tanking now too. GJ moving as well. So GJ can continue to hold 185.75 as resistance. You see price continue to push down to 185, 185.15. You see them pushing nicely. Gold's rejecting. SPX still holding this level right here. Let's see if we can hit this next TP. Another TP hit. Let me let the members know. Beautiful drop to the downside. Just dropped a new video yesterday too, by the way. If you haven't watched it yet, we'll go ahead and drop that link in the chat. Make sure to check that out after the live. Drop the trade breakdown, breaking down the NAS trade we took and entered on the live stream on Monday. I'm gonna pull that up in a second as well. All right, so it's breaking down. Let's pull it up. Breaking up this trade we took on Monday right here. Not this one, that was yesterday. This one right here, this buy to the upside. Now, as we broke this down during the London session live, also exactly as projected. Now it's currently underneath 17,220, trading as a resistance. It continue to hold this level as a resistance. Oh my bad. Let me. Oh my god, that's sounding. Let me fix this. My bad, Joe. Let me keep facing the screen. My mic. All right, cool. So if we can continue to hold this level as resistance at 17,220, we can look for sales going back down to around 17,100. And if we can break 17,100, we can look for continued sales going to 1750, 1750, 1740. So that's what we're watching right now. As we can see, did a nice little rejection last night. It's doing a retest. It's still holding as resistance. So we're going to see what this new 15 looks like. But let me let the members know we just hit another TP. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button when you're hopping here as well. So our initial buy idea was right here, but last night during Toko session was around right here. So of course it didn't break this level till a couple hours ago. I took a nap, so I missed the initial entry, which would have been right here, and also missed the retest, which happened about 45 minutes before I actually woke up and got onto the charts. So again, we don't want to chase trades. This is how a lot of y'all get caught in those retracements and fake outs as well, is because y'all missed the initial entry and then the FOMO kicks in. So you either want to wait for price to retrace back to your ideal entry, or you want to patiently wait for price to meet you at your next entry point. So I'm either going to wait for price to retrace back down to 93.50 to look for a buy, or price can break this resistance level, hold that support at around 94.05. Then I can look for a buy from here going to 94.50. So that's what we're going to be doing with GA. But again, we're looking for buys. The reason why we're going for buys is, again, this is why it's so important to understand how to read the flow of price. We look right here. We had this nice higher high to the upside, this higher low. Then price was struggling to break this resistance level, did a retest, continued to hold this level as support. And now look, we have the higher high getting made. So again, that's why it's important to read the flow of price to understand how price moves and works. Because a lot of people would have probably been looking for sales here, especially on Tuesday when price broke this level. So let me go ahead and do this. If y'all don't understand how to read the flow of price, I got y'all as well. I got multiple different videos breaking down how to identify the trend and all that stuff. I'm just going to post my most recent one. So let me find that really quick. There we go. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. The EU has just been dropping. I've been talking about EU, but I haven't traded the USD pair so long. I'd be forgetting to look at it. I had an alert here. I must have not paid attention to that. But yeah, we're in a clear downtrend on EU. It's moving a lot smoother than the GU. So I currently just broke this resistance level at around 790. If we can continue to hold that as resistance, we can see sales continue down to around 770 and then possibly even around 740, 750 ish. But we're going to leave that alone. I'm just looking to see what these other charts are looking like. It helped like a spell, right? G still stuck in this box right here. Now it's broke above, so we're not going to take that sell yet. Yeah, it's got a few more levels to break for the downtrend come into play. We got a reversal right now, so depending on if it can break these next couple levels, will determine if we see the downtrend come into play. You guys got any questions, drop in the chat. You want to look at any charts, drop in the chat. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. We're going to go ahead and pull up how we're doing so far this week and then how we did last month, January, because, you know, the month just ended. So be on the lookout for the recap and all that stuff either tomorrow or over the weekend. All right, so you hit that first link. First thing you're going to see is the link to the live. I always notify when we go live. This is how we did yesterday. We took a nice GJ sell, caught 100 pips. It's up more than 100 pips currently. It was at the beginning of the screenshot of that position. But this is what GJ is looking like right now. It was a nice push to the downside. It was a nice 1 to 4 risk reward setup. So that means whatever he was risking, he made 4 times that amount. So if he was risking $100, he made $400. If he was risking $1,000, he made $4,000 just off that one trade. Then how we did the day before that, we took a gold buy, TP1 got hit, and then SL got hit, and then flew right in our direction. This was a setup right here. We had taken this buy, we hit TP1, then it rejected, literally wick stop loss, and it flew back in our favor. And then after that, as you can see, it did the same exact move yesterday, 2 times in a row. And now we're looking for another possible buy setup here. Again, we're looking for buys. Either a price can retrace down to 2036 again, or a price can hold 2042 as support. We're going to look for buys there. It doesn't matter which level, just waiting to see which one of the levels it's going to potentially hold. And then the day before that, on Monday, we took that huge NAS buy, which was this one right here. We broke this down, entered it during the London session live as well. This was a nice 1 to 6 risk reward. So whatever risk, we made 6 times that amount. And that's how we're doing so far this week. And then, of course, we have this EJ position we're in currently. But as far as last week we went 6-0, catching 680 pips. The week before that, went 6-0, caught 13,763. And then we went 4-0 the month before that, got 5,650. So if you scroll to January 4th, you're going to see how we did last quarter. You scroll to December 31st, you're going to see how we ended December. Let's move this over to the side so we can pay attention to this. Right, so we went 22-1 December, giving us a 96% win rate. We caught 24,481 pips, 24,089 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal. And then again, you scroll to January 4th, you're going to see how we did last quarter, which was October, November, and December. October, we went 32-5, catching 157,608 pips. November, we went 22-1, catching 58,068. It was December, we went 22-1 again, catching 24,481 pips. In the quarter, 76 wins, 7 losses, giving us a 96% win rate, catching a total combined pips of 240,157. 207,561 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal. Every trade posted got the date, time the trade was entered, personal entry, SLs, TPs, reaction, how people view or enter the trade. TPs getting hit. We do the recap of the day at the end of every day. We do the recap of the week at the end of every week. And then at the beginning of the week, just like this week, when we get to it, I drop a Sunday chart analysis, not just going over what I see price doing that night, but what I see price doing for the entire week. And if y'all haven't watched this, even though today's Thursday, watch it so y'all can see what price was looking like Sunday compared to what it's looking like right now. And you can see a lot of stuff went exactly as projected. But yeah, right now we're in a couple positions, looking for a few more. I mean, I'm still holding my GJ position. Took his EJ position last night with the members, and we're looking for a few more potential setups right now. Again, just waiting for the confirmations. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Hey, can you go over GA one more time? I'm trying to understand your bias on buys. No problem. I got you. All right, so it's very, very, very simple. Let's go into a naked chart. This is a good question. I already got it marked up. Look at that. But we're going to delete this. We're going to start over. All right. So let's rewind this week. So this is Thursday, which is today. This is Wednesday. This is Monday, Tuesday. So we're going to delete it, right? This is what price looked like last week. So we're on the daily time frame. You watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube. The first step is always the same, which is you want to go into the daily time frame to identify the trend, right? Once you identify the trend, that's going to tell you what your game plan for the day is going to be. If we're on an uptrend, you only want to look for buys. If you're in a downtrend, you only want to look for sells, right? Doesn't matter. Now, red candlestick doesn't always mean sell. Green doesn't always mean buy, right? So if you watch my video that I dropped earlier in here, well, no, I dropped the reversal video. Let me drop this video. Let me find the trend video and drop that in here. Give me 1 second. Where is the trend video? I've been posting so much, I'm getting lost in the sauce. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here it is. All right, so I just dropped in the chat right here. All right, bam. So when you understand how to identify the trend, that's going to help you again, give you your game plan for what the day is. Again, we look at these charts. I'm not really saying buys and sells. I'm either looking for strictly sells or I'm looking for strictly buys. Even like, for example, gold. Even the price of trades, I'm not like, okay, I'm looking for sells. And I'm still looking for buys. Why? Because again, I'm going with the flow of price. I'm not concerned with what price is doing right now. I'm concerned with what price is doing overall because that's going to give me a higher likelihood of when I do take a position, price going in my favor. So when we look at price right here, we can clearly see we're in an uptrend, right? We don't see any lower lows getting made. We see clear higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So if you watch that video on how to identify the trend, this one right here, it's going to explain and break down what are the rules to the uptrend and downtrend. It's also going to explain what the signs of the trend continuing and reversing is, right? So again, you want to enter buys off support, you want to enter sells off resistance. So for uptrend to continue, it's going to have to break this resistance level, treat it as a support, which would give us the higher high. So again, we're on the daily time frame, right? This was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then this was last Monday, last Tuesday, last Wednesday, last Thursday, last Friday. So there's a few things we can see. We can see that price has been attempting to break this resistance level, but struggling, right? Because it keeps on, it literally did this last week. It kept on attempting to try to break this level, as we can see, but struggled every single time. But it's also been still respecting this level as a support. So this was showing that there was still bullish momentum. Again, though, just because we're in an uptrend doesn't mean we enter buys right then and there. We still need price to meet our confirmations, which is what we was looking at on gold. And if y'all was in the live stream yesterday or any of the live streams this week, because it took setups, I think at least 2 or 3 times this week on the live stream. So if you was in the one for Monday or Tuesday for sure, you would have saw like us wait for the confirmations, wait for the retest, then take the setups. You get what I'm saying? But hold that thought. Just want to make sure we're not missing any setups. Speaking of setups, all right. Let me let the members know EJ just hit the middle of the zone. We're going to finish breaking this down. EJ hit the middle of the zone. All right, bam. All right, so again, we see price still holding level of support, but struggling to break this resistance level. Now let's hit the play button and go over what price was doing this week. Boom, this was Monday. So if you watch my other video I dropped in here, which was, where is it? This one, how I identify reversals and avoid fake outs. This will tell you in that video what are the rules for reversal and the trend change. Price doesn't just need to break this level, but it needs to hold this level as a resistance for the downtrend to continue. So when we see what happens Tuesday, we'll see that price failed to do so. And then this was yesterday. So again, what is this showing us? This is showing us that there's still bullish momentum. There's nothing showing bearish momentum. Then when we go into the smaller time frame, what do we see? We see price was treating this as resistance, but pushed back up and started treating it as a support level again. And then, of course, what we see later on today is what? The higher high getting made. It's that simple. Again, a lot of the issues a lot of y'all have is y'all try to do all this on the 2-minute chart when that's not. I know y'all see a lot of videos online where people be on these 5-minute charts, these smaller time frames, but that's not what you're supposed to do. And again, a lot of stuff online is different from the stuff I push because it's always like end results, or it's not showing you the full thing, right? Like, again, when we enter trades, obviously we're not on the daily when we're looking for our entries, but we're not strictly on a smaller time frame trying to identify the trend, figure out the direction, all that stuff. You figure out the flow of price and the direction on the bigger time frames. Because again, price moves on a day by day, week by week, month by month basis. The smaller time frames are only going to tell you what price is doing in real time. The bigger time frames are going to tell you what price is doing overall. And again, since we don't control the charts and the markets, it's important to understand what price is going to be doing overall and what price is most likely going to do. Because again, if we're overall, especially on a day by day, week by week basis, going up, we have a higher likelihood of price continuing to go up, and the vice versa. If we're in a downtrend, we have a higher likelihood of price continuing to push down. But yeah, it's literally that simple. That's why I was looking for buys, because everything's showing buys. There's nothing showing bearish momentum. There's nothing showing downtrends, and there's literally been zero lower lows that's been made. So EJ, we're chilling on this level here at 158.10. If we can break 158.10, treat that as resistance, we can see the downtrend continue. But if it rejects this level, we could see retracement back to around the level above us. Let's see what else we got up in here. No problem, no problem. If anyone else got questions, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first thing in the description on the free Instagram, free Telegram. Me and the members, we took this trade last night. It didn't start hitting TPs until like right before the live stream started. We took this trade last night. We're on like TP5 right now. You can see the signal, see the reactions, the TPs getting hit, all that good stuff. But yeah, we're looking at a few other setups. We're looking at a possible gold buy. We're just waiting for our confirmations. We do have some news, I think, today, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up Forex Factor. Let's see what we're dealing with today. Ooh, all right, cool. So yeah, at 7 a.m. we got GBP news. We got a bunch of GBP news events. And 30 minutes after that, we got another GBP news event. Then at 8:30, at the beginning of New York, we got unemployment claims from the USD pairs. And then at 10 a.m., we got another USD news event. And that's pretty much it for today. Then tomorrow, of course, we got the most popular, well, I'm not saying most popular, but everybody's favorite, non-farm employment, unemployment rate, and average hourly earnings. So do be on the lookout for those times. And again, if you guys do not understand how to trade news, I got y'all. Make sure to watch this video. I got like multiple videos breaking down not just how to trade news, but also got multiple videos breaking down trades called before and during news. And then, of course, members, we went live during the news yesterday, and we go live at least twice a week during the New York news events. And we see in real time, how price works and all that stuff. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok too, y'all. I see it scrolling at the bottom of my screen. Instagram playmaker underscore away. TikTok's underscore playmaker away underscore. Yeah, I appreciate it. Can we look at GJ? Yeah, we can look at GJ. So GJ is doing a retest right now. It just broke this level here at 185.75. If it can continue to hold this level as resistance, we can look for sells continuing down to around 185.10, 185.15. And if it can break past that level, we can see price potentially hit 184.25. But yeah, we're looking for sales still because again, same thing. We're going to daily time frame. It was nice and bullish. Price rejected this resistance low multiple times, and then we saw the low. Price failed to break that level. Then we saw the reversal come into play. So now, if we can hold this level, we can see a lower low get made, or we can even see price retrace up to here, then drop back down. But I wouldn't really look for buys unless price pushes back up above 187.15 and starts holding that support again. Any levels below that, still going for sales. Make sure to hit that like button too, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live stream right now. Those just joined the stream, make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal and free telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. You guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. We're just chilling in a few positions, looking for a couple other ones. Those just joining the stream, we have not into this yet. It's just a trade idea. We have not into this yet. Go ahead and hit that first in the description on a free signal, free Telegram. We're currently in the EJ position. I'm in the GJ position, and we're looking at a possible gold, NAS, and GA position. Just chilling with our confirmations right now. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting. We got a new file. We got EJ rejecting a little bit. Then, like I said, we're either going to hold this as support still. If the price continue to push down, it needs to break below and hold it as a resistance. So until price does that, we might see it try to do that. Let's look to the left to see what we got. Yeah, we got this low of traffic. As long as it can hold underneath here, it could try to attempt to break back below. So we're going to keep an eye on the chart and see if it can do so. GA is right back up the middle. Gold's struggling to hold this level as support again. So again, we're just waiting. Same thing with NAS, right? That's why we don't just enter just because price touches levels. We always want to wait for that confirmation. Again, a lot of times the fake outs aren't really even fake outs. Y'all be running into. It's just not waiting. It's just not waiting that extra 5 minutes, the extra candlestick to close, whatever the case may be. Because again, price is always going to give you hints on what it's doing, where it's going, where it's trying to go. You just got to know what you're looking at, and then of course you have to wait for those hints and those confirmations. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok too, y'all. You see it on the bottom of y'all screen. Y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram or Telegram. I respond to all messages. But yeah, we're gonna see if EJ, as we can see, is about to reattempt to try to break this level. About to watch and see if it can do so. We kind of see a similar reaction on EJ. Still holding as low as resistance, which is a good sign. We see gold trying to reattempt to break this level as well. But I think DXY will rise with today's news. Well, I don't know as far as today's news because again, you watch any of my content, I'll make determinations based off the news. I just care about what time the news is popping off. So we're gonna take a look at it. This one's good. So look at DXY. It's very, very choppy as of lately. It's been struggling to kind of make higher highs and break some levels. So we are in an uptrend though, so it can continue to push up with the news, especially if it can continue to hold above like 103. Now, if it breaks below 103, it starts treating 103 as a resistance. Then we could see price start to push back down to the downside. But if it can hold 103, especially 103.20, and continue to hold that support, we can see continued buys to the upside. But it's going to need to break past 103.80, 103.85 for it to continue to push up, right? Because we see each time it's kind of struggling to break past that level. So it's going to need to break that level. We can even put it a little bit lower, 103.80. So it's going to need to break 103.80, hold that as a support for the uptrend to continue up. But again, as far as news is either going to help push price in its direction and keep the trend going, or it's going to cause a reversal. That's what news does every single day. Doesn't matter what chart or what pair, right? Just like the charts yesterday. But we are bullish. But again, that's what's going to need to happen for the uptrend to continue up as far as DXY is concerned. All right, we got a new 15 about to pop up. We're going to see what this next 15 looks like. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When looking at your chart, drop in the chat. Let's put the back here. Yeah, so we had some nice volume for us, a few of the currency pairs at least the past couple hours. Like we see the volume can continue to start to pick up this hour. Again, we do got a couple news events later on this morning. At 7 a.m., we got GBP news, so about 3 hours. Then at 7:30, we got another GBP news event. Then at 8:30, we got USD news unemployment claims. And at 10 a.m., we got another USD news event. So keep an eye out for those times. Members, you already know in a few hours, I'm going to drop the New York price watch list for y'all. We're not going to go live during today's news. We're going to go live during tomorrow's news. Um, Let's see here. But yeah, if y'all just joined the live, I'd recommend rewinding to the beginning so you can see what we're looking at, what we're looking for, but also all the stuff we're looking at, looking for is also broken down. Whoops, let me fix that. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. But it's also was broken down during the Sunday chart analysis and all that good stuff. You guys want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Make sure to follow me on there as well. If you're not subbed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Just dropped a new video yesterday for y'all, a trade breakdown. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to catch up to the other content as well. Just explore, look at the titles, because again, I get a lot of questions behind the scenes and a lot of stuff I go over in a lot of these videos. So, just read the titles, check out the playlists and all that good stuff. Let me see. Another solid live. Great work. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 of EST. And members, if you did not watch or was in yesterday's live during the New York news event, I highly recommend watching that live. We went over a lot of stuff in there. And yeah, we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session